Hi there, everyone. Good evening. This is Startup Central on ET Now. This is the show that connects you to all things in new age technology, startups, disruption, and innovation. I'm Avan Dabash. Have you ever shelved a tweet, left it to rot in your drafts folder because somehow it just didn't read right? Well, Coup, which is actually Twitter's India rival, is using Chatgpt in order to help users to overcome this problem. It's known as the Twitter Crusher, and now we have with us Mayank Bidavatkar, who's the co-founder at Coup, to talk about this new feature, all of their other features, as well as the company as a whole. So thank you so much, Mayank, for taking time out and joining us on Startup Central. To begin with, so you've integrated with OpenAI's ChatGPT, so obviously users will be much easier able to create the posts. It's going to help creators also get a lot of inspiration on what they can create. How exactly does that work, and will you give that credit to ChatGPT?
So we thought we may as well integrate that into the platform and make it easier for creators to do that from the app itself. We see various interesting use cases that are coming up, and with the way folks are using it right now. While it's opened up just to verified creators right now, we'll also be opening it up to the wider audiences soon enough.
Okay, got it. And I believe that the company is pretty confident as well that ChatGPT is going to become an added advantage for you against Twitter.
I think that it's a very intelligent tool. It's more intelligent than any other tool that we've seen in the past, whether it's the kind of audio tools that we're used to, like Alexa and Siri. Given how smart this tool is, we foresee a lot of creators taking inspiration and help from a tool like this, whether it's through the platform or it's offline. I think it's interesting for a microblog to use it. I'm not sure if other microblogs will integrate something like this, but it seems pretty obvious to us. And as ChatGPT keeps evolving, I think the use cases will keep getting advanced, and creators will want this as a table stakes. It will not, it'll be a basic expectation from a platform from creators.
So how many downloads do you have globally at the end of last year, or up to date, if you can walk us through? And are you primarily catering as well to non-English speaking users?
Well, we've crossed the 60 million download mark. We're available and being used in 100 plus countries now. India and Brazil being our largest markets. It's being used in English, Hindi, various Indian languages, in Portuguese, in Spanish. Yes, we started off with a differentiation around languages, but what we've evolved into is what we call as microblogging 2.0, where we've created the most inclusive social platform architecture, where every stakeholder gains by being a part of the platform.
So run us through what the outlook is in terms of your current fundraisers, how much has been done so far, and we're a little bit curious as well. Articles indicate that you're going to double the valuation from the current $250 to $300 million after your recent fundraising rounds. Would you like to divulge any details on that front, Mayank?
No, actually, none of this is in the public domain yet.
Okay, fair enough. Let's talk about really spreading and growing the business. You spoke about how India and of course countries like Brazil are fairly critical for you. How are you looking to penetrate into the American market? Which are some of the other markets that you're closely eyeing?
Well, I think the world is our oyster right now. There are users, millions of them, looking for alternatives around the world. What we're working on right now is a framework to grow internationally in various markets, and we'll do that through international partners which are strong locally, where they will handle certain parts of the business while we handle central relevant parts like product and technology, and passing on the framework, the monetization tools and things like that. So for our international expansion, we're looking at a new model to grow.
Now, given the fact that Mayank, one can't deny that Twitter is still today used by a lot of big celebrities, a lot of intellectuals, is there anything that, Coup is doing in particular in order to onboard these people onto the platform? Maybe a step in that direction would be the integration with ChatGPT, as you've done.
So I think in a short span of time, of about 3 years, we've got almost 9,000 plus verified accounts, celebrities, influencers from around the world. And, and these include people like Ronaldinho, Dalai Lama, the president of Brazil, some of the top names in India like Virat Kohli, Karan Johar, Kriti Sanon, Tiger Shroff, you name it, right? Sadhguru, Ravi Shankar. So across the spectrum, we've got influencers. Um, Social media is an ever evolving space. You'll see that people are, you'll have early adopters, you'll have late adopters. So you will have a scenario where celebrities keep joining the platform as the platform keeps evolving and getting larger and more international in its outlook and reach. We're sort of in that journey where the first few years was about product development. I think we've created a product of international standards from India for the world. And, as we expand in more countries, more Indians will take note and, more influencers from around the world will keep joining as users also take to a platform like ours. We've created a lot of propositions that are very strong for users, creators, celebrities, media, so we've ensured and policymakers, right? So we've ensured that every stakeholder is taken care of. We have a very strong thrust on content moderation. That's been built out in a way that we're probably one of the best in the world today. You'll see that Twitter has a lot of problems on the advertising front, mainly because of lack of proactive content moderation. And, we've made that one of our strengths. So we've actually landed up creating one of the safest platforms that's out there. And that's actually a big plus point for countries and policymakers to adopt a platform like ours.
So, as of now, how many advertisers do you have on the Coup platform that are actively engaging, and which sectors are they from?
Well, there are over 50 brands that have advertised in the short span of 5 to 6 months that we've been experimenting with our monetization efforts. And, these are across the spectrum. These are from finance, these are from gaming, uh, you know, the regular brands that you would see, right? We've had brands from the grocery sector. We've had a lot of digital products, food apps, e-commerce, right? Fashion. So yeah, it's a slew of brands.
And given the fact that it's not just Twitter, there is quite a bit of competition from other social media platforms. The likes of Truth Social, Mastodon, Parler, etc. Are you worried about competition?
No, I think that a lot of them are very small compared to us. We're the second largest microblogging platform in the world in terms of size, in terms of sophistication, in terms of the architecture, in terms of the value prop that every stakeholder gets. I think a lot of these that you have spoken about are either polarizing or very small in scale, or their product is extremely amateurish.
So take us through the numbers then. I understand that revenues were reported at about 13.9 lakh. And what has been your losses? Are they around the 195 crore mark?
I think all these questions that you're talking about, they're very outdated numbers. We, as a private company, no company talks about their profits. They don't talk about their revenues, and that would be the same for us. Whatever amount that was quoted was actually a misquote from a media house that you're talking about.
So what are your numbers then? Set the record straight.
No, we do not disclose any of these numbers as a private
I
company.
try, Mayank. It's my job. I'm trying to divulge as many details as I can, but of course, understood that you don't want to talk about it. So, going down the line, there are some pretty cool features 10 profile pictures. You can schedule a coup. What else is it that you're looking to add on as features in the year ahead?
I think we're working a lot towards monetization efforts and helping creators make money. We're working on our international expansion into multiple languages. We're coming up with various new formats of creation. ChatGPT is an example of an attachment. Like that, we're coming up with lots of new features that make it very interesting and easy for creators to keep creating and sharing their updates, and things that are very addictive on the user side. Uh, I think whatever we've created till now, you'll see a lot of difference between what we do and what Twitter does. For example, if you see some of the top celebrities in the world, influencers in the world, or even take President Lula as an example. He's a president of Brazil. He actually keeps posting in multiple world languages. Right, here's a country of 200 million trying to reach out to a billion users or more by the kind of languages that they post in, right? And this is the president of Brazil trying to reach out to the world. You'll see Dalai Lama posting in multiple languages, while on Twitter, they will just post in their native language. Like Dalai Lama posts in English, President Lula posts in Portuguese on Twitter. So the kind of trends that you see on Coup is actually moving towards our vision of wanting to unite the world, irrespective of the languages that people speak in. And that's what makes it a very interesting microblog.
Which language is the most popular in Ku?
That would be English and Hindi, and then Portuguese.
Oh, interesting. If you had to block someone or ban someone from Ku, who would that be?
Oh, nobody. Right now, nobody. It's not a part of our ethos.
Okay. Who do you follow on Twitter?
Lots of them, I think. One of the most interesting people to follow around the world right now is Elon Musk.
Okay. Any book or any podcast that you've read that you would recommend?
None so far. Work has been too busy right now. I used to read a lot earlier, but it's taken a beating now.
Okay, so given that work has been super busy, do you have any productivity hacks, anything that you do that helps stimulate you further or help you wind down a little bit to focus?
I think my best hack is to sleep early and wake up early. I think that's what keeps me most productive. I'm otherwise quite bad with exercises or anything physical, and keeping in good health. I think this is the simplest thing that I could have done. As just waking up early helps you achieve a lot more than you could have otherwise.
It's pretty critical. Do you have a mentor, and who is that?
No, I actually don't have a mentor. I think I try to learn from anyone and everyone that I meet. You'll find a lot of negatives in a lot of people, but I try to look at the positives and learn from everyone.
Okay. And if you had to give advice to the next gen entrepreneurs, what would that be?
I think just, do what you're doing for the right reasons, and things will fall in place. I think it's better to chase a dream than to try and chase an outcome. And the other important thing is not to let your fears get the better of you. It's important to be driven by goals and positive uh, future possibilities than to get pulled back by fears.
Do you have any regrets or any mistakes saying, I wish I'd done that or I hadn't done that?
I think one of the driving forces in my life is to ensure that I have no regrets in life. So I'm quite impulsive and I do everything that I feel like doing. So it's one of my biggest fears to have regrets, and hence I ensure that I do anything that I feel like doing.
Okay. And what do you think, Mayank, is going to be the next big breakthrough in innovation or in the world of startups?
I think that this is very difficult to predict, but I think uh, a very big uh, thing that's happening right now is, as you're seeing, is the AI revolution, and the way it's evolving. It has the capability to solve a lot of world's problems, especially example would be loneliness, intelligence, knowledge, things like that. Right? Things, emotional things that people deal with. Those are things that can be solved by something like this. Old people wanting company can be solved by an AI robot. So I think what we're seeing right now is what can happen with uh, super intelligent AI models and how they can solve the world's problems and create better solutions. I think this is quite a breakthrough. We've never seen something like that.
Let's move right on then and hear it out from the